Hey everybody and welcome back. In today's video, I'm going to walk through a couple of different things related to the new Fiverr rating system, including becoming a top rated seller and a couple of other things that you may need to know. Now, you'll see here in this banner that I have that I've met the criteria for the top rated evaluation. So I am going to walk you through how long it took, the types of gigs that I have, what I learned along the way, along with some of the concerns that I have with the Fiverr rating system. I'll put a link that I specifically made a video for about the success score in the description, but let's go ahead and jump straight in. So first things first, I have my profile pulled up here. So you'll see that I basically cover a couple of things. I have my general summary, a couple of other things here. But the main thing to note is in February of 2021, I started actually selling on Fiverr. And it took about 4 years, but I want to highlight a couple of things here because I wasn't selling that entire time. So first thing to note, it is now February of 2025. So that's actually exactly 4 years. But in the first 8 months or so, I don't think I received a single order. You stay in that new status for a while. And I didn't really want to drop prices or anything else, and honestly didn't really think about it. But around the end of year one, I started getting a couple of orders, and then year two, it really started picking up from there. Now, a couple of things to note is I became eligible, I believe, as of yesterday, but there's a couple of things to note with regards to the rating system. So again, it took about 4 years. I did pause gigs here and there if I went on vacation or needed a break or anything like that. But that's the idea. Now, as far as how I've actually done this, I have websites where I do things separately. So I try to manage and show that I have more to offer in the gigs and just add authenticity. So looking at the level overview, we're going to walk through the levels first. So when you start out on Fiverr, you become a new seller. And really, that's just saying, hey, I'm new, I have no or little reviews. Once you get a couple of orders, you could try to provide more products or more services than the cost may justify. Basically saying, make stuff cheap if you want to get orders earlier. But you also have to really, really make people fall in love with that service in order to get those good reviews. Now, once you become a level 1, you have to basically meet these requirements. So level 1, you'll see the success score, rating, and all of these other things. So the easiest element is response rate. Just respond to everybody and respond quickly, even if they're not a potential client. You'll have to get $100 or $400 in earnings. This will change. And honestly, I'm not sure how these are managed outside of the United States, but these are the different criteria in the US. Now, level 2 is another jump. So that's your success score of 7 and then all of these other metrics. And you'll see obviously the earnings is a pretty big jump. Now, the final jump is to top rated. So as you're going through these, if I'm not mistaken, this is an automated process. You meet these criteria, you get to that next level. But to become top rated, you need all of these requirements. Once you get all of these requirements, you'll see this banner here. So you meet the criteria, but that basically means now you're on a waiting list to have your account reviewed manually to determine if you're a fit. So you'll see the different criteria here. You need unique orders. The success score needs to be a 9 or higher. You need your rating to be at a certain place, unique clients, earnings, and response rate. Now, I'm not going to go into success score too much because I already have another video where I raised some concerns about this. The primary concern being it's not as simple to understand. There's not enough transparency for you to know, okay, my success score dropped because I didn't message this person or this order was bad. You basically just have to assume it's because of bad ratings or poor communication. Now, you can click on this to get more detail from the different orders, but it's not granular enough for you to know specific actions. It's usually something like communication. And so you just know that you have to communicate more or better. But the general idea here is there's a ton of different metrics and you can read more into the success score if you're interested. But separate from the success score, although I'm pretty sure it's a factor, is your rating. And again, response rate, the things down here tend to just kind of come with time. Earnings, obviously, you need to make more money with more clients. The unique clients come over time as well, and then orders come with the clients. So these, I don't think you need as much information on. Now, let's go ahead and jump into the top rated documentation. So for top rated, because this is the goal for most people, you'll see that Fiverr acknowledges it's been a popular goal, but it hasn't always been clear. So this is a couple of things that you may need to know. So top-rated freelancers are individually reviewed and approved by Fiverr's evaluation team. So you have to meet these criteria first in order to become top-rated. So you can see we have everything listed. Once you meet all of these criteria, which we saw on the previous page, then you may have additional prerequisites based on your category. For example, skills tests and things of that nature. That's going to be category specific. And then you can see categories and estimated timeframes for a decision, which we'll go over in just a moment. Now, you'll see that the evaluation team does this review, and then you'll see the pillars here. One of the concerns that I have here is all of these should technically already be covered in your success score and general ratings. For example, if your deliveries are good, then you're going to have good ratings and a good success score. If your communication is good, well, that's already covered in your response rate, ratings, and success score. Professional presence, same thing, for the most part, although some things to note here, do you have intro videos and all of that? Then compliance with the policies. If you're not compliant, most likely you're going to be banned from Fiverr anyway. But you can continue to scroll through and see one good thing I do like is you'll notice here that there's a 30-day grace period if you basically fall out of a given category. For example, your success score drops and you get dropped from a level 2 to level 1. It's not instant. You do have a grace period. Now, your top rated status prevents you from being dropped. So it's almost like you're held at that status, but you are at risk for losing it if the evaluation team deems that's necessary. So that is a little bit of a concern. Now, there's a couple of different things here, but basically if you click on what I clicked on previously, it'll bring you to the bottom of this page. So these are some of the time frames for that top rated status. So for example, in programming and tech, you'll see it's potentially 2 months or more. As we continue to go through, for example, business, the category I'm in, it's upwards of 2 months. And it continues as you go through. You can read each of these. So it does take quite a bit of time. Now, you can read more about maintaining and all of these different links from the Fiverr page. And then the last thing to note here is just the Fiverr level system. So you can always view your performance metrics at any given time. You can review what it takes to go to a given level. You can check your progress. Basically, all of this is available within your Fiverr account. Now, these are a couple of things that you're going to want to take a look at just to see the benefits, because faster payments and a couple of these others are only available for top-rated sellers. Now, some of this information may be subject to change over time, so I do want to make a note of that. But for the most part, you'll be able to see as you progress through the levels what you're going to get access to. So that covers pretty much everything that I wanted to. So the general idea here is, as far as getting to that top rated status, it's not a guarantee strictly based on your work and good reviews. There are a couple of other things, but that's pretty much everything that you're going to need to know to at least hopefully get started. Now, like I said, you can always select your account to view metrics and learn more, and you can always click here to view your success score and scroll down to see your success score in relation to various gigs and learn what you need to improve. I hope this was helpful. If you have any questions, drop them in the comment box below, and I'll see you all in the next video.